Morning. So it's a fence staining day. I'm going to walk you guys through this real quick. Where I'm going to be using my Graco Pro Magnum with a stand on it. I'm going to be using Olympic Maximum stains. The Olympic Maximum stains I'm going to be mixing two colors for a custom color. I'll walk you through it, so hold on. Hey guys, don't forget, our lawn guides are out. I keep repeating this, but a lot of you guys are viewing this for the first time. Whether you have a cool season lawn, a zoysia lawn, or Bermuda lawn, the guides are up. There's a full guide for each one of those lawns with calendars, everything, links to products. Get it, bookmark it. No app to download, no email sign up. We just leave them up. So today we pressure wash the fence, we have anti-age the fence, and we're going to restain the fence. 2 years afterwards, I just want a nice pop to the fence. It was starting to look a little bit dull, so we're restaining. This time we're going with a semi-transparent plus a little bit of a transparent mix to it. I'll explain it, so let's go.
What are you doing? You come over here, the paint spray? No, don't come over here. Linda. So, this is how my day is starting. It's actually cold outside. It got down to 29 degrees this morning, so we're waiting. Spray temperature, I believe, for this stain is 50 degrees is the minimum, like 85 is the max, but I wanted to show you, I'm setting up the new Graco, and just so you can see it. The old one I had, gosh, for what, 10 years or something? That one's down at the beach house, so I decided to get one, and I got one with the stand, and it makes all the difference in the world. So, let me give you a couple tips real quick when setting this up. 5-gallon bucket. Get a brand new 5-gallon bucket that's nice and flexible. Buy a top for it, cut a hole in it. This will go into the hole. The one reason being is you don't want to risk an open container tipping over and spilling all your, this will hold $150 worth of stain. So if it does tip, you're not going to lose much because you just have that hole open. Plus this will keep debris out of the stain. As you're going around the yard, Linda, you gotta move that. Most of your sprayers will come with a 25-foot hose. I recommend, if you're gonna be doing a big project, this is a 50-foot hose. So I'm gonna put the 50 on it, but I can join if I want to. These hoses come with a little connector to join them. I can connect these two if I wanted to and make 75. I think 75 would probably be a little bit too much. Next, I am putting on a 20-inch extension wand, which makes all the difference in the world. My tip goes in here, and I'm using a 411 spray tip for stain. 411 is what you want for the stain that we're using. One thing that most people will tell you not to do, or they don't recommend it, because you can, this plumber's tape can actually break loose. But if you carefully put it on these connections, I've found that it makes it a lot easier to take it on and off. You just got to watch. You don't want any of that tape going into your spray gun, obviously. So we are in a rush to get things done around here. Like the pool liner. Wednesday, my guy's coming out to do the full measurement on the pool liner. That was supposed to be done, but we had to put it off because we were at the beach house. Yesterday we came out here, we did the drain systems. I do want to make a note real quick. Couple of you guys, a bunch of you guys asked about, said, well, this isn't deep enough over here. I kind of agree with you. If this was on my main lawn, I would have gone down another 6 inches, but we kept this fairly shallow because this is this dead area over here. Someone did bring up a good point though about aeration. I will need to watch out when I do my core aeration because that pipe is only about that deep in the ground. But we still have to finish this up, and that's all done. It's working fantastic. Yes, I want to get pictures, video of it when it's actually raining. So let me jump fast forward here a minute, and then I'll go back and I'll show you the Graco here in a minute. This is the old fence that we have pressure washed, cleaned, and de-aged. Basically, it's back to raw wood. We've taken it almost back to raw wood color. And then you can see the new stain color here. And we're gonna have to give this stain color a name because we created it, and we're gonna call it, we like to call it copper penny, because that's kind of what it looks like. It is not brown, and I didn't want a brown, and it's not orange or red. It's a brown with just a touch of orange. And why do I want that? I want that because
when you have green grass against that orange, it's opposite spectrum. Man, it just looks perfect. It looks beautiful. So all your flowers, all your greenery, everything looks really good against it. So here's the setup right here. Again, I'm going to go backwards in a little bit, and I'm going to show you me setting this up. But this is the new Graco. This is the Pro Magnum. I will link to this in the description below. I'm going to link to that unit, and I'll show you what we did. Hold it for 1 second, Ryan. So what I did was I bought a brand new bucket, so it's nice and flexible, and I cut a hole in it, and it's nice is this screen goes all the way down to the bottom on it. This one has a stand. The other nice thing is it has a bucket hook too for transporting it. It comes with a 25-foot hose. I always buy a 50, but most people can get by with a 25. This is the semi-transparent, and that's the honey stain. My mixing ratio. My mixing ratio for this color is 3 parts of Timberland. Yeah, 3 parts of Timberland, 3 gallons of Timberland to 1.5 gallons of the honey gold transparent. That's how I got this color. But that's just, I just came up with that concept in my mind, and it's working out perfect. So if you do want to replicate this color, it's Olympic Maximum Stain. The nice thing about this stain is it cleans up with soap and water, and you don't have to worry too much about the moisture content of your wood. The stain down at the house that we used was just an oil-based stain, and they want it 12% or below. You don't have to have that with this stain. It's cold. So we waited till about 10 o'clock, or I started testing it. And the other thing you want to make sure when you're doing this is understand what parts of your fence are being pounded on by sun, because if it's too hot, the stain's going to evaporate, or stain's going to dry real quick and not penetrate. So you always want to start early. If you got a cloudy day, do it on a cloudy day. But you always want to start on the side that's getting hit first with the sun before it gets too hot. Then come over like we're doing over here. We're doing this last. This is the shady part of the fence. So that first part of the fence, early this morning when it was still in the 40s, that fence was really warm, but it wasn't scorching hot, so we were able to stain it. Then we came over here in progression, and now, since this is the shade part of the fence, we're doing this last. Does that make sense? So again, slow absorption is what you want with this kind of stain. And now I'll go backwards and show you some of the other stuff we've been doing. Now I'm going to test it. Like that. Looks good. There's always spillage. Now I'm going to put my lid on. I have learned my lessons over the years. I'm going to gently move this. Okay, so one of my issues today is both of my full dual respirators, my good respirators, are down at the beach house. Went to Lowe's. They don't have any. So today you have to at least use an N95 respirator mask, and this is a cool flow. That's the minimum, but this isn't going to stop the vapors. This will stop the actual little particles. The other mask stops the vapors, and so I'm a little concerned, but we got to get this done. Weather-wise, we don't have a chance. You're going to want goggles because this stuff will get into your eyes, and if you have a beard, take a little bit of Dawn and rub it into your beard. Little recommendation. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure your machine is off. Turn your machine off. This is a little prime button here for the little pump, little thing if it sticks. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn it. That is going to increase the pressure. That is going to decrease the pressure. So you want on the lowest pressure setting. Now we're going to plug it in through here. I'm going to turn my pump on. And then I'm going to turn the pressure switch. I'm just going to turn this until I hear it start to kick in. And make sure I don't have the stain comes out, I'm going to turn the unit off. And then I'm going to grab this. I'm going to take this little bastard out if I can. I'm going to take my tip out. Turn it back on. So he says I can't put him on video because I gave him.
I look good.
He got a Dickies on. So I told him this is not a bad idea because if you're going to be out here all day, what happened to the boots that you were wearing last time?
Oh, they're a new color now.
They're orange. They're orange. So this is gonna. I ordered this on Amazon. The Dickies pullovers. They're only like $29 or something. And he's got shorts and a t-shirt on underneath so he won't get too hot. Again, we're using the N95 respirator mask, but we don't have our good respirators. So I just be careful of your breathing the vapors. It'll stop the droplets, but you still can get that taste of a vapor. Again, if you have a beard, rub a little bit of Dawn. Take a little bit of Dawn and rub Dawn onto your beard. And that way afterwards you can actually wash it off. If you have long hair, you rub a little bit of Dawn detergent in your hair and you look nice and slick back and ready to go. All right, so we're gonna go. I did that gate. I did the front section that stands at the road. I did that a little bit heavy. I went a little bit slower. Now this is a board-on-board construction, which is a pain in the ass. It's hard on your hands, I'll warn you right now, and he knows this. Because what we have to do is when we're spraying, we have to come in at this angle, then we have to come in at this angle. And it's easier if you just move your body rather than trying to move the wand so much. It's easier just to move your body. And then we got to hit all this up here. So we're going to do a moderate coat on all the back. The fronts that are facing the front are going to be heavy. Okay, so Ryan wants to come over here and practice. But it takes a little bit of time, and here's a little tip for you. So show them, put it out. So no, hold this handle out so they can see it. Hold it over here. There you go. So what I tell people is if you try and just hold it like this, you got a long rod, and sometimes it's hard to control it.
And it hurts your hand.
It hurts your wrist. If you'll put your other hand right there, you'll actually feel that you'll have much more control, and it's much more smoother. Eventually you'll get to the point where you'll let go of that because that makes your body bend. So that makes your body bend, and instead of having that one hand just to go up and down. So go ahead. Start up above it. I will tell you, you can see the overspray floating around here. So the one thing you have to do is move your vehicles. If you have a neighbor, let your neighbor know if they're close enough that you're going to be overspraying if you have any vehicles over there. The first time we stained our fence, I actually went, my neighbors were away on vacation, and I actually threw a tarp over their car in their driveway. But I'm aware of where my stain is going. There's no one over here, and our trucks are parked near the road today. So we're not worried about it. So let me show you back on from a scale a little bit. That's the fence that we just finished cleaning, taking the anti-aging, and then this is the new stain fence. Looks good, looks really good. sun's bright in the afternoon. So the fence is all done. We did this entire inside fence. We did not do the outside. We did the outside on the front panels. It took us about 4.5 hours, maybe 5 hours total. Stain wise, we had about 3 gallons left. So we used 6 plus 2, right? No, 6 plus 3. That's 9, and we had 3. So we used 6 gallons of stain to do this huge fence. So that's pretty good. It's not that bad because this stain's not cheap. But you can see how it pops if you look at it against the green trees. It just has that sort of pop without being too yellow or too orange. And as you go back further and you get into the shade, it actually turns a little more brown back over there. But like over here on that fence over there, it just looks really good. You know, fences will last. That's really not the problem. It's more so the appearance we were looking for. We wanted that really good looking pop on it. I have got, as you know, our Jumpstart program is already down. So we have got pre-emergent down. We've got our PGF Balance fertilizer down, which is a very, very mild fertilizer. We put down Humichar, and we've got all that down. So that is all down. We've completed that because we're starting to get temperatures in the 70s. It's actually warm out here. So make sure you get the lawn guides and follow those lawn guides. They'll walk you through the whole season. The Jumpstart program, I think, is really critical for people if you really want to have that really good looking lawn. Be one of the first ones in the neighborhood to have that really beautiful green lawn. Jumpstart's really important. After the Jumpstart's done, we're going to put down PGF Complete. Again, that's all in there, whether you have a cool season, warm season, doesn't matter. And then we're going to be working on the gardens. I'll be getting our garden soil ready. I'll go over that with you. And we're going to be doing mulching, preventing weeds in there. We got it by the pool liner, a bunch of videos. So hit subscribe, and I'm going to go rest because I'm tired. I'm not going to show you the cleanup later, Doc.